Hello, this is Sandra Dada with the Austin Daze, and I'm here today with Mandy Lauderdale. Hello. And she's about to perform here at Garrido's with her new band. And tell me a little bit about your band.
I found these guys when I went back to aesthetics school. Long story short, the reason why I went to esthetician school was that I had an organic skincare line. That's like a shameless plug right there. But I wanted to have the license and the full deal to do it for real. Anyways, I met this girl who had heard that I was looking for new guitarists, and she introduced me to her boyfriend named Danny Harvey. They were shaking all over. Who I'd realized was the missing third link of the Stray Cats. When Brian Setzer left the Stray Cats, he came in, and it ended up being this. They were called the Swing Cats, and now that he has a band called Head Cat with the Lemmy from Motorhead and blah blah blah.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
we met them during Southwest.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And so he prefers working with female artists, and this just happened to be his girlfriend that I was in school with. And so I met her.
Oh, wow.
He introduced me to this guy named Kevin Smith and this other guy named Mark Hayes, and we had this rehearsal at my house. And I thought, where have y'all been this entire time? It's that they're so not jazz. I didn't meet them in the jazz scene. So it was perfect. Perfect.
Bada bing.
Perfect. Wait till you hear them. They're perfect. I don't even need to be on stage.
That's great. So this is a little bit of a new adventure for you. You're moving in more towards blues versus, kind of
jazz.
Yeah. And
it's
I
this
guess
damn
cabaret style.
town.
This
Sorry.
is awesome. Yeah.
It's this town that did it to me. Just I know of the Stevie Ray Vaughns of this town, and it's just this town made blues seep into my veins, and I couldn't help it. And I started leaning. All of a sudden, my jazz, even my originals, started sounding more bluesy. And even when my producer and manager would come in town from Atlanta, they say, "Where'd all this blues growl come from?"
Wow.
It's Austin. Not kidding. I'm not trying to even pump this town because I live here for now. But
any favorite musicians in Austin that have kind of helped pave a way for you that way, in that sense, or you've kind of been listening to a lot lately that have like, wow, you're bringing something out in me?
The girl that sings Johnny's Got a Boom Boom. I'm
Now
covering
you're
one of
putting
her.
me on the spot.
Imelda May, which is
Yeah.
what's ironic because I mentioned Imelda May, and then Danny, the guitarist, said, "Oh, I know her husband."
Oh, wow.
And we cover one of her songs tonight called "Big Bad Handsome Man," which is kind of a tribute to what I've been influenced by recently.
Nice.
So just blues, and like some of the blues here just kind of goes on and on and on, which I don't mind as a listener, but as a performer, I still have songs. There's still performance. It's like a cabaret blues.
Sure.
I've always said cabaret jazz, but it's leaning towards cabaret blues, and I think it's nice to kind of go where you're naturally drawn to, and at the moment now I understand why artists do so many different kinds of records. It's just you evolve so quickly, and I truly believe people are a product of their surroundings, and I am a great example of it.
Wonderful.
From New York, jazz, of course. Coming here, blues, and so I can't deny.
What about Atlanta? Your home. Like what?
Yeah.
What kind of?
What's more hip hop and urban?
Oh, I know, but
do I look like hip hop and urban? But they also have a lot of singers.
I'm sure there's some seeds there that have kind of inspired you. Like what music did you favor there a lot when you were growing up?
Lots of singer-songwriters, just like people that I was surrounded by. Prior to your surroundings, and it's just I was friends with Pink before she was Pink, but when she was, oh my God, and so it was just watching her grow as an artist, and then watching my friend Aslan grow as an artist, and her brothers are in this band called Georgia, and there's this other band called Ponderosa, and they have all, but I saw nothing like them.
Wow.
They're all from country to rock to singer-songwriter, and I'm like the jazz now blues girl. And it's as I've just moved around. When I was in LA, I was just more cabaret jazz, because in LA there's nothing in there, so you can really figure out who you are truly.
Right.
And then as I've moved, it's just kind of taken in my surroundings and
That's fantastic.
gone with it. Yeah,
and
it's
and
been
you're,
really
you're
cool.
also doing other things. You're more into the entertainment sector too, as well, in Austin, hosting.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. Some of the recent projects.
I VJ'd for MTV for a year, and when I did it, I hated it. And people always think, "Oh, you are so crazy, and you're such a diva, and why?" That's people's dream job. But you know what? The reason it was kind of a nightmare was because I was interviewing other musicians while their career moved forward and mine stood still.
Sure.
But the reason I'm glad I did it is because now I've gotten into more just hosting these big events. I hosted the Austin Fashion Awards on Saturday.
Okay.
And I decided to go with the don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. And I didn't tell them my monologue. I didn't tell them what I was going to do. And so I brought out my two alter egos, which is something I rarely do. And I just really just lampooned the stereotypes with fashion industry, just models starving themselves. I was in one of my characters, I was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I was in my German Liebchen Chantilly character. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, on the front row, you should throw a cracker or an olive or a peanut onto the stage and watch the models have a cat fight on the catwalk. And you know what? The models didn't mind. And I was making fun of them about them being really thin.
Sure.
But you know what? People think they starve themselves. And some do. Some don't. Designers on Xanax because they have anxiety.
No.
But I mean, Austin was really cool about, the whole town was just letting me have free reign. You'll see some fun things tonight, and it's just kind of going with the flow and only planning 60% of my show and let the other 40% be what I feed off the audience. You can't plan that.
That's amazing.
I think that's boring.
Yeah, it's very organic.
Yeah.
Very Mandy.
Thanks.
That's
Very jazz hands. Blues hands.
So what brought Austin to your attention from New York, and you could have moved anywhere else? Why Austin?
I was looking for a ukulele player and a squeeze box player, accordion player. Hi, I haven't had anyone. And I happened to find two here in Austin. I came here from New York just for a couple of days to record at the studio, the cute little studio in South Congress. And when I was here, I just kind of took it in. I thought, I'm such a city slicker. I like high rises, whatnot, and I thought, you know what? This is nice. This is just kind of homegrown feel, but also super creative. And I felt the growth and the energy and the push to keep going and going and going, but still keep it organic, like you said. And I liked it. And I'm really surprised after living in LA and New York for so long that I like it here. I meet lots of people moving here from New York and LA. It's this nice meet in the middle place from both.
And there's this synergy here that's
supportive,
and it's definitely treated you well too, which is awesome.
It has,
as it should.
And that's another reason I like it. They've been receptive. Austin in general has been receptive to what I do.
That's wonderful.
And one of the only bad things I've heard about me, it's funny that you focus on bad things more than good things. You can be we're girls, that's what we do. Yeah. I had a mother say, I wish that the Austin Fashion Awards had said that it wasn't an all ages show, that it was a PG show, and I want my money back or something like that. And I thought, you know what? If that's the worst thing, then that's been fantastic. And the funny thing is, I want to write that lady a message, like, I'm sorry, I just dropped F-bombs in front of your 12-year-old.
It's not like
but what are you going to do? It's all, come on. So, but I love this town. It's been great to me. Got to meet you.
Yay.
I shot with her. She's a great photographer.
Thank you.
Some of my favorite pictures are from you.
Thank you.
It's just fun. In my house, of all things. But things like that are cool.
Thank you. So besides Garridos tonight, what's next? What are other shows that we can share and help promote for you?
Right now, they're all private events. Whether it's just, I'm trying to get in more with Cirque du Soleil. I would love to host that because it's music, entertainment, some characters and whatnot.
Wow.
But also just
that too.
Thank you.
Great.
But some music cruises, not like on the entertainment on the music cruise, like hey, but just where people come to the cruise to see me perform.
Sure.
And it's just not a regular venue. But things like that, and just trying to find just not bigger and better things, but things that still entertain me. Things where I can still write a script. David Cotton from Threadgill is trying to do some really fun event there, and I never thought that was a venue for me. But I'm like, ooh, if we could be theatrical and have a parlor table where I start like reading a newspaper and, and Weston from the White Ghost Shivers pops out of a trunk or whatever, just little things. It doesn't matter.
You even have your own cosmetic line too. Like
I do.
A facial skincare line.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
It's something I started as a hobby, and I decided I wanted to do it for real for music merchandise. It was seriously just something for me, and it helps so many people's skin. I thought, oh, I'm crazy not to share this. I'm a jerk for not sharing it, so I have.
That's awesome.
I'm getting it FDA approved, so I will let y'all know when it's done.
So you can just go knock for some samples in the meantime.
Maybe. If you're Sandra, you can.
So your website, MandyLauderdale.com.
Yep.
Check her out.
That's it.
She's awesome, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Full of life and just joy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Folks, let me tell you about Tiffany the Smoocher. She was a red hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest female. Hello, and Tiffany had a heart as big as a well. Oh, howdy, 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 hi. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, hoo. Oh, howdy, howdy, hi. Hello, ladies. She had did not invite these sluts, I swear.